Excerpts from the educational platform, Divine Providence. We have the power to begin the world over again. A situation similar to the present hath not happened since the days of Noah until now. The birthday of a new world is at hand. Thomas Paine, 1775. The fox, depicted in the bottom left of the painting, represents the name given to a general that was determined to win a war. That general was George Washington. Listen to his story. The young girl stands across the path on green grass wearing 18th century clothing. She represents a generation yet to come. Women who are bearers of life, who nurture the growth and well-being of their children and procure their future, and eventually they become children of a greater cause, the children of America. She is releasing 13 doves, each representing the separate but combined journey of each colony. She is holding the modern-day flag in her right arm, a glimpse into America's future. The first dove's release holds an olive branch for peace, while clasping a ribbon with its talons. Many times throughout history, war precedes peace. On the ribbon reads Thomas Paine's first pamphlet in a series titled The American Crisis. A series of essays written during the American Revolution motivated the troops. Washington, December 26, 1776, reads the letters to his troops on the banks of the Delaware River and led a ragtag force against the mightiest militaries in the world. The American effort would stun the world and revitalize the patriots' cause. Crossing the treacherous icy waters of the Delaware was no easy task, then marching 10 miles in knee-high snow in the surprise attack on the Hessian troops in Trenton, New Jersey. These were elite troops from Germany, hired by the British as mercenaries. This was an extraordinary victory for the Continentals, capturing 1,400 Hessian soldiers at Trenton. Washington, taking his men and over 900 Hessian prisoners back across the frozen river, was a feat in itself, knowing that British General Charles Cornwallis was on his way with 8,000 British soldiers. The fox, quietly hidden within the wheat field, is looking back. This reflects General Washington's cunningness and skill. On January 2, 1777, General Cornwallis has his men attack General Washington's troops across the Assunpink Creek outside of Trenton. 3 frontal attacks across the narrow bridges are left with heavy British casualties. The attack is futile. That cold, wintry night, General Cornwallis, assured that the next day will bring a victory, remarks, "We've got the old fox now." Unfortunately for General Cornwallis, when they cross the bridge that morning, all they find are burning campfires and a few tents. Like a fox, General Washington and his men slip out in the middle of the night. Had the British captured General Washington, it most likely would have ended the revolution and the greater cause, divine providence. The following day, January 3, 1777, the Continental Army has another victory at Princeton, New Jersey. General Cornwallis remarks, "The old fox had done it again." These 2 victories bolster morale and recruitment in the colonies and also impress the French, who are weighing their options to get involved in our American Revolution. The curve in the path on the right middle of the painting makes its way to a new dawn in America's future. It represents a literal turning of events during the Revolution. Listen to the story of the Battle of Saratoga. October 7, 1777. The British Army is advancing on a town named Bemis Heights, 9 miles south of Saratoga in New York. Led by John Burgoyne, nicknamed Gentleman Johnny, accompanied with 6,600 British soldiers. The British recently had a victory 18 days earlier on September 19th at Freeman's Farm. This victory cost the British troops over 1,000 men. With this costly victory, they marched south, hoping to join forces with British General Howe in Albany, New York. American General Gates, along with General Benedict Arnold and Colonel Daniel Morgan, were sent by General Washington to gather as many militia and regulars to stop them before they could reach Albany. General Burgoyne's troops were badly defeated by the ferocious attack by General Arnold, and what was left of Burgoyne's once proud army of over 7,200 men. They retreated north to an area around Schuylerville, New York. General Burgoyne had lost 86% of his men. Once surrounded, General Burgoyne would surrender over 6,222 men on October 17, 1777, in Saratoga. This American victory would be the turning point in the war needed for French King Louis XVI in supporting the Americans with supplies, arms, men, and ships, and assure her victory. On February 6, 1778, French King Louis XVI signed the Treaty of Alliance with the Continental Congress to give support to the American Revolution and her cause. The preservation of the sacred fire of liberty and the destiny of the Republican model of government are justly considered deeply, perhaps as finally, staked on the experiment entrusted to the hands of the American people. President George Washington, 1789.